Hi, this is Shannah. This is another picker card reading. This one is what makes you magic? What makes you so special to the universe? We have 3 piles to choose from. We have pile number 1, number 42, Dragon's Pet. We have pile number 2, number 21, Crystal Magic. And we have for pile number 3, number 31, Beauty and the Beast. So take your time to choose your pile, and I see you in a couple of moments. So if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. So what makes you magic? That's what we're going to find out. So pile number 1. We have here cards that seem to go in different directions, but actually it all goes in one. Actually, this one here is the main card, I would say, the heart, home, compassion. So your magic lies in your heart. You have a big heart full of empathy, full of love, full of understanding for other people, but not just people, for actually all creatures. Because we have here Dragon's Pet, this is the card you chose, and it says communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, guardianship. So you have this subtle connection to the natural world and also the supernatural world. So it's like you are in constant communication with all beings. Of course, not all at once, but it's just to give you an example. Okay, it's like you feel connected to everything that's around you. For instance, even stones for you have life, have a soul, and you feel you can communicate with them. So you are very aware of presence, of consciousness, of awareness, of soul. And you know that a soul can take many forms, and you're very respectful of all the forms that a soul or that source can take, or like, in other words, all the expressions of God. You're very respectful of them, and you see in all of them divinity, you see in all of them beauty. And this makes you quite different from the average person on the street. And that's why we have here the card drum, because you really, you dance to a different rhythm, right? You beat to a different rhythm, to a different drum. You are different from your everyday people around you. And it's not better, it's not worse, you're just different. And you know this. And the more you allow yourself to be different, the more you allow yourself to be the way you are, the easier your life will be, right? It will flow easily. So try to find your own rhythm, try to find your own uniqueness, right? Because it's there, everyone can see it. So instead of trying to conform to what is around you, just try to accept who you are for all the beauty, uniqueness, and specialness, if that's a word, of what you are, and flow with it. Just be, and because you make the world very, very beautiful. And here with the revelation, you are someone, and it's funny here because we have dragon's pet, and here we have a dragon as well. Again, this connection to the natural world or the supernatural world as well, that you always feel connected. And here with revelation, what I'm getting is also like you are also constantly getting insights. It's like in your connection to the universe is like of a school. You're always getting lessons, but not these karmic lessons we keep on hearing about. It's like these insights. You're in the middle of doing something, like for instance, washing your dishes, and then suddenly, oh, That's why the world works like that, because blah, 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 blah. You suddenly have these insights of knowledge, of wisdom as well. And you can share them with the world or keep them to yourself. It's up to you. But you're actually someone who shares with the world, because here we have rescue. And here with rescue, for me, this is part of this compassion, of this big heart, which we also have here with Colette. She who nurtures, empathy, gentleness and insight. Again, the insight connection. So you have this empathy and you have this big heart, because you understand how hard life can be. Here with the wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. And for you, pal number one, you probably have gone through some difficult times, and probably you even, cried a lot in your lifetime until now. You've been a victim of unfairness. You understand the different sides of every discussion, of every um, situation, right? So you can understand both sides of the victim, of the aggressor, and you actually have a big heart for both. Usually we're just, we're on the side of the underdog, of the victim. But here in your case, you understand both sides, because the aggressor is also a victim, right? And you are always there to help, to lend an ear or a shoulder, a helping hand. You're always there for other people. You're always there to give guidance. You're always there to inspire them as well. And also here, you should be more connected with nature, here with the forest bathing. Again, nature is for you your source of your energy, is the source of your magic, because you're very connected to all the beings in nature, the ones seen and unseen as well. So you can have a really good connection to the fairy world, for instance. And fairies are not just the fairies. The fairy world can include lipicorns and all of those wonderful beings, And so you're very connected to them, to the devas as well. And they're very playful. It's like they love to play with you. And this is important for you, pal number one. If you, not if, but many of you kind of like singing when you're in a forest or near water. You like singing, even if it's just to yourself. And they love it. This is like the confirmation I'm getting here for you. They love it when you sing, and they're very playful. They love to play with you, even if you do not see them or not aware at that moment. They're always with you, jumping around you, because they love you, and you can really give voice to those who at the moment have no voice. And this is here with the unseen. Again, you're also connected to the unseen. Of course, here this card looks very daunting, very scary, but it's like you are no stranger to the darker sides of the soul. And that's why you're able to have this compassionate heart, because you're not just love and light. There's something we like to say at the moment, and probably you say it as well, because you find it beautiful, but you're not afraid of the darkness. You have a lot of respect for it, and you know how sometimes horrible it can be. You know where the demons hide, but you're not afraid of it. You respect it. There's a totally different energy. You have a lot of respect for it, and you've been in these underworlds many times. Like we said earlier, your life hasn't been very easy, and you've probably seen a lot of ugliness, be it from people or from within your own mind and heart, right? So that's why you're able to understand all beings. You have this compassion, this understanding, because you've seen your own darkness and even the darkness of other people, and you're able to forgive, you're able to understand, you're able to help them out of the darkness and bring them into light. Here we have this spark of light again. Lightning is important for you. Dragons are important for you. And light, you're a bringer of light. I think like although she's not here, you're like, you kind of goddess. I would look into it. I'm not exactly if she's a goddess, but she's important in Greek mythology, is Hecate. because she guides in the souls through the underworld, and she has that torch of light guiding them through the underworld. And I think like this is also your power. This is also your magic, guiding people through darkness, helping them out to find their own way. Yeah. Then here, this gentleness, and amethyst here, this is important. Amethysts can also be your stone, and amethyst is also a protective stone because, again, you're very empathetic, you're very gentle, you're actually very sensitive. Even if you have like this rougher or, a warrior kind of attitude towards the world, your core is very gentle, is very delicate. And so, the amethyst will protect you, will give you good vibes, and will protect your energies and your aura from any negative influences. Yeah. And so your magic is in your heart, and you can recharge, you can connect to yourself, you can ground yourself when you connect yourself to nature. It could be a forest, could be an ocean, could be the beach, could be the river, the lake, doesn't matter. It has to be okay, what's important, somewhere where there's trees. At the beach, it depends on the beach. You can have trees, but the ocean is so powerful, or the sea, right? But it's also for you very important is trees, is what I'm getting. To, touch trees or talk to trees. It's very important as well for you to ground yourself. Yeah. And I'm sorry for my voice. It's like I have been having a lot of problems with my voice lately. So I'm doing the best I can. I hope it doesn't sound strange. Okay. And this was your reading. This is what I have for you. I hope it resonates and I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. I hope my voice doesn't sound too strange. I've been having a bit of problems with my voice lately. So let's make the most out of it. So, what makes you magic? Pile number 2. You are a very down-to-earth person. And we have here crystal magic. Again, we have here this connection to earth, right? And here it says creation, dawn, new, or the beginning, right? You are someone actually that you are always able to reinvent yourself. You're always like creating yourself anew. And we have this here because of this card, the crystal magic, the unexpected visitors, and also the freedom card, right? And you are always unexpected here with unexpected visitors in the sense of you're always full of surprises. People have a hard time to fit you into a box or to put a label on you, which is fine by you because you hate labels. You want your freedom. You want to be who you are. So you're very independent. You're a very original person. You're very unique and you want to keep it that way. And when it comes to your magic comes, it's like you are, like I said, connected to the earth, be it with crystals. Maybe you work with crystals also in a magical manner, but you're also someone who's very interested in defending the earth. So we have the earth keeper, then we have the dragon's hoard protecting the future. So you, by the earth keeper, of course, you could be an activist, fighting for the rights of animals, of rainforests, of the earth itself, all around, of environment, and so on. This could be one side of it. And you are someone who's not afraid to fight for what you think is right. But the other side is also here with the earth keeper. What I'm getting is keeping the knowledge, keeping traditions, keeping the wisdom from the ancients, keeping it alive, like magical traditions, secret societies, something like that. But also I get here's a lot of shamanic work. But let's put it like ancient tradition work, because I've met some shamans, and yeah, I don't want to talk about it because now, like, every idiot can call himself shaman. It's really interesting. Anyways, apart from that, there are still people that have these talents, and you are one of them. And you have this innate talent, really, to understand magic, to understand how the elements work, to understand how we're all connected to our beautiful planet. And you understand all the beings that are connected to it. It's like you would be like a born shaman or a nature magician, so to say, because or a witch, a nature witch, of course, because you have it in your blood, you have it in your soul. It's something that you immediately understand, and you've been interested in it, since you were a little girl or a little boy. Something that really calls to you, but you don't want to you don't follow like the mainstream path, because even in this magic world, it's getting more and more mainstream, in case you haven't noticed, but you follow like the original path. You follow a path where is still very pure, still very indigenous, still very true to the roots, right? And one thing that you're very good at is to cut through illusion. You see things for what they are without dismystifying them. And what I mean that without making them seem meaningless or bare or naked. You just see the truth, and you find this beauty and the magic in the truth. So you don't need to mask it. You don't need to, put like Photoshop on it, make it more beautiful or more appealing, because you see the truth, or you see the purity of what is as being already so beautiful and so magical. You don't need to add anything onto it. And you can cut through the BS of other people as well, because you can see right through them. And another thing that is your magic as well and makes you very appealing is here with Aphrodite is on your side. Isn't that beautiful? Because Aphrodite, she stands for beauty, love, and also art, like creativity. But never forget, like the origins of the love goddesses was also war. So they were the goddesses of love and war. So they're not just kissy kissy and beauty beauty and hearts and butterflies. No, these goddesses, they were powerful. They were very powerful in different areas. And one of them was also war. And Aphrodite is also an example of that. Why do you think she came together then with Mars or Aries, depending on what culture, right? But Aphrodite would be the Greek one, so it would be Aries. So, right? So there was a common ground already. Aries was and still is the god of war, and Aphrodite was also the goddess of war. Now, some of you will say, well, Athena was the goddess of strategy because she's the wise one, right? But she was the goddess of war and revenge. So, but she's love, romantic love, and beauty and arts. So there goes to show that one person is not just one thing. You have different layers. And that's what you have here as well, because you're very independent. You can be very combative, and you're full of surprises. You're, people cannot pin you down to just one thing. And you inspire other people. You attract people, be it to your cause or to your way of thinking, but you also give a lot of love. And one thing that your magic is you're magical when it comes to romantic love. For instance, you can attract people easily. You can make people fall in love with you easily. And that's not really a question of manipulation. Is how you are, is your being. People just fall in love even without wanting it. It's just like they're so mesmerized by you that it's very easy for them to fall in love with you. Could be because of your looks, but I think mainly here, to tell you the truth, is your personality. And then added to your looks, and you're irresistible. When here with the drought, now this is interesting because we have this desert landscape. So it can be that you're very connected to deserts. The first thing that I got was actually with these two pictures together, because although it's Aphrodite, for me, she's like an an Egyptian goddess or an Egyptian queen. The way she's portrayed, I find just so amazingly beautiful. And so I would say there's a connection here to Egypt, but it could be to any kind of desert, of course. But the desert is something that, okay, what I'm getting is you're not afraid to cross. You're not afraid of difficulties. You're not afraid of when times are bad. It's like you are someone who's very resilient. You're someone who can endure any kind of situation in order to get what you want, or in order to be there for other people as well. And one thing that you have here is also empowerment and uplift and elevate. So you are an inspiration for other people. And again, you attract people. Maybe you're an influencer, right, as well, because you attract people and you empower them. So you're not just attracting people in order to gain from them, or to make money from them, which is making money. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not your only purpose. You attract people to empower them, to inspire them, to give them the tools they need in order to lead a fulfilled life, in order to get what's theirs, so to say. So, especially women, you empower women, you give them a lot of strength, you give them a lot of advices as well. But actually, your best advice is your example, because you're very strong personality and you're very independent. Yeah, that's why, although you have Aphrodite here, which makes you a creative person, and there's a lot of love here, of course, but this is a form of Aphrodite, like I said, without the hearts and butterflies, because truth transcends illusion. You give the real form of Aphrodite, and that's really a strong, independent woman. Yeah, it's who can have fun, who can have beautiful relationships, but she doesn't become a wifey or a girly, or no, she is a woman. This is really interesting, because I'm getting this vibe from you. And again, here to the drought, deserts are like or really like quiet places where there's no people around. You need that in order to recharge, in order to connect to your inner magic. So deserts are very important for you. It's a place of prayer, is a place of listening to the world, because there's no more noise around. It's when the earth speaks to you, because the only noise there is the earth itself. And you, like I said, you have this strong connection to our beautiful planet. So, pile number 2. This is what I have for you. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. Just a little warning. My voice is not doing too well. I've been having some problems with it for quite some time. So I hope it works. So if it sounds strange, please bear with me. Thank you. So here we go. So pile number 3, what makes you magic? So we have here Beauty and the Beast. And this is beautiful because it's a conditional love. And actually that goes really well with all the other cards that are here, which is just amazing, because the main card would be here, gathering around the power of community. And then we have co-creation. And magic works through you, and Coral's wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works done works that are created over great periods of time. But we have colony. Colony is again another word for community. So it's all here about being in a group. So your magic is to serve a community. You and comes through the community. It's a give and take. Because we have here scarab beetle spirit, magic works through you, and we have wild woman. So it could be that in your community you're the odd one out, but you kind of serve the community anyway. I don't see you being rejected by community here. Quite the opposite. You are like the medicine woman, or you are like the witch of the village, so to say. You are strange, you're very independent, you have your own style, you do your own thing. Maybe some of you are even like in alternative communities, like hippie communities, for instance, and you're very also connected to nature. You do medicine, you collect herbs, you're kind of a medicine woman. Although he says wild woman, but what I'm getting the vibe is of a medicine woman, actually. And you and in German, there's the word a horrible witch, Kräuterhexe. Yeah. So is also in that direction, collecting herbs, collecting medicine from nature, and doing beautiful things with it. Right. And you serve then your community with all these products. So if you're not doing that, but you've been considering this is a good alternative, but the thing is you working with other people, people that are like-minded and accept you as you are and accept your uniqueness, and that love you for everything that you are. Now, funnily enough, we have compass and spiritual journey, and you someone who's very, very spiritual. And although, like for instance, the other groups, I was telling them how connected they are to Mother Earth. Yes, you are too, but this is here different, right? Because you are more connected to the spiritual realms. This is your magic, right? So your is not just the unseen in nature, it's like higher realms as well. And you are a conduct, for these higher realms. So you could be a medium, right? And not a psychic. I've explained in other videos the difference. You are a medium. You really allow other beings to speak through you from higher dimensions or from other dimensions, right? A psychic is more, like telepathy and getting into the soul of the world. But you are a medium. So you're really a channel for other dimensions. And here also with She Who Divines, Future Choice Judgment, maybe you're also into tarot, to astrology, or to whatever kind of method you like. But the main thing I see here is really this higher spirituality and serving as a medium. So many of you who chose Pile 3 have this talent. It doesn't mean that you use it or that you are making a living out of it, but you have this talent and you've always known. But your magic, because magic works through you, so you're also a healer. And it's like, again, a higher healer in the sense that you allow the healing energy of the universe to work through you. Maybe some of you do Reiki, but it's even higher than that. There's like this spiritual healing or channeling healing, something like that. Yeah, it's where you put the hands-on healing. So you're someone who can heal through your hands. You can heal just sometimes just by being present in a situation. The energy of the universe flows through you. You're really a wonderful channel, and you feel that you're here to serve a community, to serve other people, and you are on this journey, on this spiritual journey. And here with Coral's wisdom, we see here works that are created over great periods of time. So this whole life journey is your spiritual journey, right? From the moment you were born till the moment when you croak and you go back to the other side. It's just like, it's this beautiful journey of development, but not just for you, for the community around you. So what is really important for you, pile number 3, is that you get surrounded, that you surround yourself with like-minded people, that help you through this journey. Like I said, that see you for what you are, do not judge you, do not try to put you in some kind of box or to label you. And they know your worth. They understand what you're talking about. They understand your talents and are also appreciative and grateful for them. And it's like here with unconditional love, you have unconditional love for humanity and for all beings. So you don't judge people, even if they judge you because you're different. Yeah, so like we have these cards here with the wild woman, because you're so different, you don't let that bring you down, and you don't think less of them for that. It's like you understand, right? You bring a lot of love to the community. You bring a lot of love and understanding to humanity. And you're very delicate, actually. You're a bit wild. You maybe seem a bit crazy to other people in a nice way, because you're not used to people with your energy, and you're very playful. You have a bit of this fairy energy about you, very playful. You laugh a lot. You're kind of always happy, kind of always dancing kind of vibe. And but you're also very delicate, and you're very sensitive, and this allows you again to get connected to this finer and subtler realms, right? Because it's like your soul is in vibration with these higher energies, and this makes you very sensitive also to the energies around you. That's why, although you love community, it can be like us being the wild woman, that for instance you don't live surrounded by many people. Like you cannot live in a city. It would be too much for you. You live like somewhere in the countryside or in the wood or something like that, because you need your peace and quiet. You need to take care of your energies. If you're living in a city and sometimes you feel stressed out, now you know why. So you need to spend some time just by yourself. Okay, it doesn't have to be now a desert, like in the case of pile number 2, but where you're just on your own, just a weekend or even just a couple of hours, but you need to be just on your own, away from the city. Okay, but you're a very creative person, and you can also bring your magic to the world through your creations, through your talents, creativity, art. You can be someone that really, some of you write. There are writers among you as well, because you kind of write down your journey, right? And your experiences, and share it with the world. And you're someone also that travels a lot. Maybe you go from community to community, or you gather information from other cultures as well. So maybe you're someone who likes to travel to Nepal, to Tibet, to Mexico, to Brazil, to Argentina as well, Guatemala. I'm getting also like you like to get in touch with the Indian, like Native American shamans, for instance. All these kind of cultures, or maybe in Africa, there's a lot of it as well, like this ancient wisdom, ancient magic, but positive magic. You like to get in touch with it and to learn from these masters. And even like Aborigines as well in Australia, I'm getting that as well. You love to learn from people that have this ancient knowledge still. Very interesting. So you can be someone that travels a lot. You could be with this energy here, you could be a nomad, right? And this co-creation here with the spiritual journey. So it's not just co-creating with other people, it's also creating with spirit. Yeah. This is really, really beautiful, pile number 3. And this is all I have for you. And I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you.